Ever since we opened our doors in 1964, Davis Ford in Fulton has been committed to providing the highest level of customer service and customer satisfaction. That level of commitment is shown in our 18 Ford President's Awards for overall customer experience. Whether you're looking for a tune-up, a trade-in, or a new F-150, the team at Davis Ford is here to serve you. Come see us today in Fulton. Call us at 662-862-3711 or visit us online at davisfordsales.com. Davis Ford, small-town dealership, small-town prices.
Today tastes like a home game, like a huddle. Tastes like we're bringing the heat, and like a front row seat. Today tastes like we're a team, and it never tasted this good.
When I came back to school this year, I brought my bank with me, and the student checking account at First American National Bank was perfect for me. No monthly fees and no minimum balance, and I can manage my money right from the app. I can do all my banking with text messaging if I want, and I can deposit a check just by taking a photo. It's that easy at FAMB.
I took my bank to college with me.
I took my bank to college with me.
My bank followed me to college.
I took my bank to college with me.
I took my bank to college with me.
It's that easy at First American National Bank.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We get set for Game 2 here between ICC and Hinds. If you're just now joining us, the Indians picked up a 5-2 win in the first game of the day. Let's take a look at today's Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works starting lineups. And let's start with Hinds. They come up with a record of 8-12, 1-4 in conference play. It'll be Tozen at shortstop, Parker at second base, Lightcap will be in center field, Seaford will be the designated player. Oslam will be the third baseman. Papazan will be in right field. Roberts will be the first baseman. Davenport will be catching here in Game 2. And Clark will be batting ninth, playing in left field. Callaway will be in the circle for the Eagles. For ICC, Patterson in center field. Hayes will be catching. Clark will be the DP. Alberson will be in left field. Stevens will be batting fifth. She'll be in right field. Jenkins batting sixth, playing first base. Rippey at third base. Boatner, the shortstop, and Henry will be batting ninth. She'll be playing second base. In the circle for ICC is going to be Kamaya Hampton, 7-1 on the year with a 1.18 ERA. First American National Bank opening pitch goes for a strike, and it comes your way at 4:20. First American National Bank, a proud supporter of ICC athletics and the surrounding communities. Follow the flag for the First American National Bank location nearest you. Grounder, and the shortstop makes a diving play. Throw over is in time. Nice play there by Boatner
for Hinds, the second baseman,
to
Parker.
get the speedy Tozen. And now this will bring up Parker to the plate. A great diving stop on the end as the infield was in that time. Got her by a half a step. And so now with one out, this is going to be Parker coming to the plate. Sun setting here in Fulton and making things difficult to see here in the broadcast booth. Is that first pitch high for a ball? Let's dive a little bit more inside those Sonnet stats here for Kamaya Hampton. 7-1 on the year, as we said. She's pitched 41 2/3 inning, has given up 29 hits, 10 runs, 7 of those earned. She has struck out 38, walked 4, and as we've mentioned already, that 1.18 ERA. So 2-0 is the count here to Parker, the second baseman. As this pitch fouled back, and now 2-1 will go the count here on Parker. Hinds fell to 8-12 overall, 1-4 in conference play. ICC improved to 17-2 and 3-2 in conference play. There's going to be slapped to the left side. It will go foul. And now the count will even up at 2-2. ICC and Mississippi Delta will square off tomorrow. That game originally scheduled for Wednesday, but because of the weather moving into the area. It'll be a 2 o'clock First American National Bank opening pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. First Renaissance Bank strikeout of the game. Renaissance Bank, the bank that understands you. Find out why by visiting renaissancebank.com. And now this will bring up Lightcap. With 2 outs and nobody on here, Lightcap playing in center field. That pitch in there for a strike. So Lightcap will dig in, trying to see if she can spark the bats here with 2 outs and nobody on. So that pitch missing for a ball. 1-1 now is the count here on Lightcap. Baseball is scheduled to go to Mississippi Delta this week, but we'll wait and see what the weather, if it might change some of those plans. If it does, we invite you to visit letsgoicc.com. Is that pitch in there for a strike? That's letsgoicc.com, or follow us on your favorite social media outlet at Let's Go ICC. We'll have updates on that schedule if anything has changed there for baseball at Mississippi Delta. 1-2 pitch coming. Missing. 2-2 now is the count. Two balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Nobody on here. Top of the first. Game 2 between ICC and the Eagles of Hinds. And that one just missing for a ball. Now the count goes full. Dr. Allen came by and spoke between ball games. Of course, he's got some ties down there to the Hinds area and working there, and that's where he's originally from. Waiting the 3-2 pitch here, grounder, and it's going to be fouled. And we'll stay at 3-2. He had a chance to talk with Brother Chris, as his daughter was part of the Baptist Student Union that went on that mission trip to Alaska over spring break. He didn't bring Mo, though. Kind of upset. So waiting the 3-2 pitch here. That one's going to be slapped down the side, and it's a foul, and we'll stay at 3-2. This first inning being brought to you by Sam's Town Market. Sam Ferris and the rest of the crew at Sam's Town Market proudly serve some of the best meat and produce around, along with a wide variety of specialty items. Stop by and visit Sam's Town Market, located right there in the heart of Manatee. Looking at strike 3. Another Renaissance Bank strikeout there. 3 up, 3 down. Goes Hinds in the top of the first. We'll take a break and come back with the bottom half of the inning, where to be Patterson, Hayes, and Clark due up for the Indians. Back with more right after this here on the ICC Sports Network.
One Hot and Ready Classic. We actually changed it with...
What?
You've changed, Little Caesars. You've changed. They've changed, Balloon Bro. You've changed, Karate Man. How can you dance during a time like this? You've changed. Ah! Tell me why.
It tastes even better because we added 33% more pepperoni.
Give me one of those.
Walk in and walk out with the new Hot and Ready Classic with 33% more pepperoni.
Pizza. Ankle sprains are one of the most common sports injuries, with an estimated 25,000 occurring every day in the United States. Sprains can happen with any sport, including just walking across the yard. Ankle sprains are most common in ball sports such as basketball, soccer, volleyball,
And welcome back. I clicked the wrong commercial there, so I'll owe the Orthopedic Institute another commercial when we come out of this break here.
The center fielder, number 1.
As Patterson will start us off here. She batted in that 2 spot in the first game. Henry batted in the 1 spot. Henry's all the way down in that number 9 spot now. So Patterson will lead us off here in the bottom of the first. No score here in game 2. If you're just now joining us, ICC was able to score 3 runs in the bottom of the 6th to pick up a 5-2 win. As the bunt's laid down, it's going to be a fair ball and a base hit. Well, she's quicker than Walt Flanagan's dog and proved it there as she was able to scamper down to first base without an issue. And now this would be Kara Hayes. Hayes coming to the plate, catching again here in game 2. Perfect bunt laid down that time by Patterson as she starts things off with the first hit of the game here for either team. And now Hayes will come to the plate. She'll stand there and look at that first pitch for a strike. This is Callaway in the circle here for Hinds. Let's look at some of those Sonic stats on Callaway. 4-4 on the year. She's pitched 45 and a 2/3 inning. She has a 2.45 ERA, 27 strikeouts, and 14 walks. This pitch fouled back, and 0-2 now would be the count here on Hayes. So 0-2 is the count here to Hayes. A little bit of a breeze starting to pick up, and it is welcomed. It is kind of a, I mean, it's not kind of, it is a hot day. But the lack of a breeze making it even hotter. So 0-2 is the count. That pitch high gets away. Or actually, they're going to say there's a shot down the line. And they're going to throw it into second. It'll be a double. Okay, so what happened to Patterson? So they call her out?
Now batting.
So apparently Patterson was out.
Number 19, Caroline Clark.
And so now this will bring up. I thought she was safe. Is that pitch in there for a strike? Well, that I was looking up to expect to see that score, Patterson, but she was not on the bases. That first pitch across for a strike. As this one popped up left field. And that'll be a fly out.
In the cleanup slot for the Lady Indians, number 18, Haley Alberson.
And so now this will be Alberson playing in left field.
Go, Haley.
All right, so she did have the single but called out for leaving the base early. So she reached on the single and then out after on the next couple of pitches for leaving the base early. So it'd be 3 on the put out. As this pitch popped up. And that will be the out. So a tough break there for the Indians.
For the Lady Indians, no runs, 2 hits, 1 runner left on base. We played 1 complete, no
that
score.
double would have scored Patterson, but she left the bag a little too early, and Hinds gets the early break. No score after 1. We'll take the break, and I said I owe you one from Orthopedic Institute, so let's take that now.
As with any injury, your body quickly sends blood to start healing the process, which leads to the swelling. Rest, ice, compression, elevation, known as RICE, is a good way to treat an ankle sprain. This decreases the swelling, lessens your pain, and allows your body to heal the injury. Studies have shown that the sooner you return to activity, the better and typically the faster you will recover. Depending on the amount of injury to the ligaments, it may be days, weeks, or even months to return to high-intensity sports. Sometimes recovery may be slow, but if it gets better day by day or week by week, you are on the right path. If the ankle seems to stop improving and you just can't get back to your activities, then it's time to come see us at the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi. Remember, our story is you.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. So to clear up that confusion on the previous inning, Patterson did get called out for leaving the bag early. And so that's the reason why we're scoreless right now after Hayes' double.
24,
there was nobody on base to score there, so a big-time break for Hinds to start this one. And so it'll be the 4, 5, 6 batters, Seaford, Oslam, and Papazan scheduled up here. Hampton in the circle here for the Indians. And jammed her up a little bit. That one fouled off for strike one. Adam Gordley Adams is here. He's taking photos and updating Twitter. You can order these photos at ICCimages.com. That's ICCimages.com. Digital downloads available for $1. And I believe the archives goes all the way back to the 2006 season. So if you played or someone you know played all the way back then, or even went to school at ICC, various photos are available both athletically and academically at ICCimages.com. Swinging and a miss. Strike two. 1-2 now is the count here to Seaford, the DP, batting in this 4 spot here in game 2. So Hampton getting set to deliver the 1-2 offering. Swung on and missed for strike 3. Big time Renaissance Bank strikeout there, third straight.
The third baseman,
Strikeout she's got. And so with one away, this will bring Oslam to the plate. Oslam playing at third base. She was solid over there in game 1. She did have one error, but that was to start the contest. Settled down nicely and played pretty good on that hot corner. This is that first pitch in there for a strike from Hampton. So 0-1 is the count here to Oslam. This one fouled back, and 0-2 now is the count. So no balls, 2 strikes, and 1 out. Nobody on here for the Eagles in the top of the second of game 2. You're just now joining us. ICC picked up a 5-2 win in the first game of the day. That pitch missing outside. 1-2 now is the count. So away to the 1-2 offering here from Kamaya. And it's going to be a dribbler forward. Hampton finds it, throws it over in time for the out. 1-3 on the putout of Oslam. 2 away and nobody on. And this is going to bring up Papazan, the right fielder. Boy, she had a great diving catch in game 1 that ended the inning and cut down a run and probably a triple for the Indians if she doesn't make the catch. As she will dig in here with 2 outs and nobody on. Thought about going on that one, pulls back, but takes it for a strike. 0-1, the count here to Papazan. So 0-1 is the count here to the number 6 batter in the lineup. And that one returned to sender. As that'll go for the first hit of the day there for the Eagles, as Hampton nearly made a play on that one, just throwing her glove up in kind of self-defense mode. And that one will go for a single, a 2-out single. Nice piece of hitting there by Papazan. And now this will bring up the first baseman, Roberts, to the plate with 2 outs and a runner on first. Well, that one returned to sender is what you say on that last hit. That pitch on the outside for a ball. Might have been a pitch out in that situation to see if they were running there, but they elected not to. 1-0 is the count here to Roberts. She's batting 7th in the lineup. She is playing first base here. This is game 2. That pitch in there for a strike. And the throw to first nearly got her, as you hear the ICC faithful across the way thinking they had thrown her out at first, but instead the count will go 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike, and 2 outs. A runner on first. ball in the dirt. 2-1 now is the count. 2 balls, 1 strike, and 2 outs. Top of the second, no score here in game 2 between Hinds and ICC. Eagles trying to battle back and earn a split here with the number 5 team in the country. Pitch high, throw down is, they got her in a rundown, 2 to 6 to 3, but then she dropped the ball. Oh, tough break there. They had her in the rundown, dead to rights on the steal. Great throw from Hayes. So now the count, I believe, is 2-2. And just couldn't hold on to the ball there when they applied the tag. So Hinds catching a break. Can they make the Indians pay for it? Waiting the 2-2 pitch here from Hampton. Runner at first. Roberts at the plate. Grounder left side, and it's going to be foul, and we'll stay at 2-2. Twitter question. If anybody knows this, hit me up on Twitter at Let's Go ICC. Batters Roberts. What movie is the Dread Pirate Roberts from? One of my favorite movies. Is that pitch missing for a ball? 3-2 now is the count. Dread Pirate Roberts. What movie is that from? Hit me up on at Let's Go ICC. If you know that answer, you'll win a free shout out. Three-two pitch coming. Swung on and missed for strike 3. Big time Renaissance Bank strikeout there. The 4th of the game for Hampton. We'll take a break and let's hear from Renaissance Bank and be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Life's a sport that's full of laughter, the perfect plays, the near disasters. Some days it's tough to know which way to run. So when the game gets out of hand, you need a pal who's got a plan, a friend to help you win while having fun. He knows the score, passing the ball or passing the test. He knows the scoop, how to succeed and how to invest. Always remember, Herbstreit knows best.
And welcome back as we head to the bottom of the second inning. 5, 6, 7 batters due up here for the Indians. Stevens, Jenkins, and Rippey scheduled up. ICC's got 2 hits in the game, but no runs to show for it. Indians has left 1 runner on the bags. It was in scoring position. Papazan got stranded over at first there in the top half of the second. So Stevens is going to dig in here. She had a couple of hits in the first game of the day. Listen to that first pitch in there for a strike. This is Callaway in the circle here in game 2 for the Eagles. First game was a pitcher's duel until it was late in the game when ICC was able to strike for 3 runs to pick up that 5-2 win. That pitch missing for a ball. So 1 ball, 1 strike, and no outs as Stevens leads us off here in the bottom of the second. And that one going for a ball, I believe. So waiting the 2-1 pitch here. Check swing, and the pitcher will come up and glove it. Throw over will be in time. Just one of those, she tried to check her swing and made contact on it. Good job there by Callaway to come across and get the easy out there, 1-3 to start the inning. And now it'll be the first baseman, Madison Jenkins, coming to the plate here for the Indians. Jenkins got the win in the first game of the day, improved to 7-0 on the year. She is signed to play at Delta State next season. Listen to that first pitch for a strike. Both these pitchers doing a good job throwing strikes early in the count. Jenkins will dig in with an 0-1 count, 1 out and nobody on. This one popped up. Right fielder calling everyone off and will squeeze it for the out. Just got underneath that one. Had the pop to it, just couldn't quite square it up, and now this will bring up number 7 batter, Rippey, playing over at third base for the Indians. So Rippey will dig in, trying to spark the bats here with 2 outs in the bottom of the second. Still no score here in game 2.
Your pitch, you're in the ball.
That pitch missing low for a ball. Again, trivia question for you. Hit us up on Twitter at Let's Go ICC if you know the answer. Dread Pirate Roberts, what movie is that from? That pitch goes high for a ball. 2-0 now is the count. I'll give you till the 4th inning to answer it. So 2-0 now the count here on Rippey. That pitch missing. 3-0 now is the count to the freshman third baseman. So waiting the 3-0 offering here to Rippey. Taking the whole way that one, and therefore a strike. 3-1 now is the count. First day of spring. Well, I tell you what, if spring's going to be this hot, I dread the first day of summer.
Confidence here, Ryan. You can do it. Head on.
So away to the 3-1 pitch here for Callaway to Rippey. This one foul back over the top of us here in the ICC Alumni Association and Foundation broadcast booth. Find out how you can join the Alumni Association by visiting iccms.edu/alumni. That's iccms.edu/alumni. 3-2 the count here to Rippey. 2 outs and nobody on in the bottom of the second. No score between ICC and Hinds. And there's ball 4. Nice job there. She almost went fishing for that one,
Now batting
but
in
was
the
able to hold off.
The shortstop, number 5, Katie Boatner.
And we do have the correct movie has been identified by Dr. J. Allen, but I'll still give people a chance to answer on Twitter. This one fouled right back into your living room for strike 1. That one's actually right towards my face. Kind of made me flinch for a second. 0-1 the count here to Boatner, the shortstop. She did not bat in the first game of the day. Swings on this one, fouls it back, and now the count goes 0-2. So no balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Runner at first. Boatner, the shortstop, batting in that 8 spot. This is that pitch high for a ball. We got Rippey at first. Indians hoping to find a way to fire up the bats here with 2 outs in the bottom of the second. Rippey reached on the 2-out walk. So Boatner awaiting the 1-2 pitch. Fouls that one off, and we'll stay at 1-2. Remind you, ICC back in action tomorrow. Softball to be here in Fulton at 2 o'clock against Mississippi Delta. The Rowlands coming to town. Former volunteer assistant Daniel Rowland and his wife Dylan is the head coach out there at Delta, as there's a swing and a miss for strike 3. So Hinds gets out of that inning with no damage done, and that is the first Renaissance Bank strikeout of the day there for Callaway. We'll take a break and be back with more right after this here from Fulton.
Hey Indian fans, I'm Ricky Murphy, real estate agent, Tommy Morgan Realtors, and I'm also a proud alumni of the All-American Marching Band. Itawamba Community College was my home for 2 years, and where you decide to make your home will be one of the most important decisions of your life. Whether you're looking to create a plan to buy your first home, or if you're ready today to make a move into your forever home, give me a call or send me a message so we can discuss your next move. And from my family, Roll Tide!
In Searcy, Arkansas, a young man says I love you for the first time, but his girlfriend doesn't quite hear. In Franklin, Tennessee, a boy encounters his first pickle. And in Kyle, Texas, after a mission for tots, cousins realize they're a long way from Kyle, Texas. One day, many people, millions of orders. This is Howie Sonic.
And welcome back. I said Dr. Allen had the answer first, but I was actually wrong. Mr. Cliff Newell, a proud watcher of ICC athletics, actually texted in Grace, and I was checking the time, and he had you about 2 minutes, Dr. Allen. The Princess Bride is the correct answer. So Cliff will get the free shout-out for getting that one right. That first pitch goes for a ball. This is Davenport, Clark, and Tozen scheduled up here in the top of the third inning. I say that, but then I also remember the guy that signs my contract is the one I just said did not answer the question in time. So if we see a advertisement for a new sports information director, we'll know why. So that pitch fouled out of play. 1-1 now is the count, as Davenport catching here in game 2. Takes that one for a strike. 1-2 now is the count here to Davenport. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, and no outs as Davenport starting us off here in the top of the third. Looks at that one and close, borderline pitch, but couldn't quite get the call that time, could Hampton. So Davenport, Clark, and Tozen will go back to the top of the lineup. Two-two pitch coming. Swung on and missed for strike 3. That is the 5th Renaissance Bank strikeout of the
Now
day.
batting, the left fielder, Clark.
Renaissance Bank, the bank that understands you. Find out why by visiting RenaissanceBank.com. 9th batter of the lineup, and this is going to be Clark, playing out in left field here in game 2. So she will dig in here. She takes a chop at that one. They're going to say she did not extend and go. So to go for a ball. So 1 ball, no strikes, and 1 out. There's a slow roller, and it's going to be a foul ball. So the count will even up now at 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike, and 1 out. Here to Clark. And then we'll jump back to the top of the lineup in Tozen. Tozen was 3 for 3 on the day. She was retired for the first time in her first at bat. So Clark awaiting the 1-1 offering here from Hampton. That one missing low. 2-1 now is the count. So 2 balls, 1 strike, and 1 out right now. That one in there for a strike, giving things up now at 2-2. Only one NCAA tournament game going on right now. And Duke leads Michigan State 21-16. That is with 7:12 left in the first half. This pitch fouled back. In other games today, Houston defeated Illinois 68-53. And then Villanova takes care of Ohio State 71-61. So 2-2 is the count with 1 out to Clark. She's going to foul this one off and keep the at-bat alive. Nice quality at-bat going here for Clark, trying to find a way to win the battle. But Hampton trying to find her 6th Renaissance Bank strikeout of the game. So 2-2 is the count. 1 out, nobody on here for the Eagles. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Ball gets away. Going to have to throw this one down. And they do. No. Looked like it hit the head. Or maybe the batter kind of hit the glove that time. So E2 with the throw. So no out recorded, even though it was a strikeout. That will go for an error. Unfortunately on the throw. Actually E3 since it was dropped. And Coach Kurt wanting to come out and talk to the team here and kind of get them refocused. Take that time out with them and be back with more right after this.
This is you, right? Like you're like, bacon, bacon, bacon.
Well, this is you.
I love bacon.
Sonic bacon on bacon, quarter-pound double cheeseburger.
Okay, you got me.
I need a double stuffed Oreo blast, guys.
You got it.
Gonna need a double stuffed Oreo waffle cone, too.
Coming right up. Order up. Sonic double stuffed Oreo waffle cone and blast.
And as expected, no changes made there for the Indians. Want to make sure everybody's on the same page defensively. As there is 1 out, we go to the top of the lineup here in Tozin. A very dangerous batter here for this Hinds squad. As we said, they got a lot of speed in that top part of the lineup. And Clark got some pretty good wheels herself. Shows bunt, pulls back, and takes that one for a strike. 0-1 the count here to Tozin. She's playing shortstop here in game 2. So Hampton getting the call. Now we'll check her wrist and get set to deliver. And that one just up a little bit high that time, and ball popped out, but the runner was heading back to first. They had a bang-bang play over at first earlier, so you know that's in the back of the head of Clark, not wanting to get picked off in that situation. So that pitch high for a ball. So now the count goes 2-1 here to Tozin. Big part of the ball game right now. There is 1 out in the inning. Top hitter from game 1 in Tozin at the plate. She was 3 for 3, but is grounded out to the shortstop as she fouls this one off, and now the count will even up at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runner at first. We're in the top of the third, game 2. Hinds trying to earn the split with the Indians here after ICC picked up a 5-2 win in the first game of the day. So waiting the 2-2 pitch here, and that one's going to be ripped out to left field, and it will allow the runner to advance to third. And so that will go for a double for Tozin.
Now batting the second baseman, Parker.
And so a big time opportunity here for the Eagles to draw first blood, as they've got speed to burn on second and third right now with 1 out, and Parker coming to the plate. Parker struck out swinging in her first at bat of the day. So a clutch situation coming up here for both teams. Infield's going to be creeping in, anticipating the bunt out of Parker, or the slap hit. Swings on the pitch. Throw over to first is in time, and they'll concede the run for the out. 6-3 will be an RBI.
The center fielder, number 3.
And so Hinds takes the first lead here. Well, we were at other parts of the state, would have been called runner interference on the runner heading from second to third, but it was not. So now with 2 outs, runner did advance to third. And 1-0 now is the lead in favor of Hinds. That pitch missing outside for a ball. 1-0 is the count. So 1 ball, no strikes, and 2 outs. This is Lightcap at the plate, who struck out. Takes that pitch for a strike. 1-1 now is the count here on the center fielder, Lightcap. So 1 ball, 1 strike, and 2 outs. That pitch finds the corner for strike 2. 1-2 now is the count here on Lightcap. That one missing outside for a ball. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Swung on him is for strike 3. Another Renaissance Bank strikeout there.
Hinds with 1 run on 1
But
hit.
Hinds is
1 runner
able
left on base,
to
2
take the lead.
errors. At the end of 2.5.
As we'll take a break
No score.
and be back with more
Hinds 1.
right after this here on the ICC Sports Network.
Age-related macular degeneration is the leading cause of severe vision loss in adults over the age of 50. Symptoms are gradual loss to see objects clearly. Objects appear distorted in shape. Darker empty areas appear in the center of your vision. In a comprehensive eye exam, your optometrist will perform a variety of tests to determine if you have macular degeneration. For questions or concerns, call Cagle Eye Center in Fulton at 862-EYES, providing professional comprehensive eye care to the people of Itawamba County and the surrounding areas. Cagle Eye Center.
Want to make a good living? Come learn a skill at Max Home. Upholstery trainees start at $15.50 an hour. Our upholsterers average $23 an hour and can make above $28 an hour on production. We're also offering a $500 sign-on bonus to experienced upholsterers. Max Home is hiring for all positions and is willing to train quality people. Max Home makes all their custom-built products in the USA. Join the best, train with the best, be the best. Max Home, Bolton, Mississippi, and Max Home, Sulligent, Alabama.
Henry.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. ICC got a little beat on the bone to go here as they're going to send the number 9 batter to the plate here. They're trailing 1-0. ICC actually had 2 errors in that previous inning that allowed that run to score. As Henry swings to that first one, fouls it back for strike 1. So this will be Henry, Patterson, and Hayes scheduled up. You look back in the top of the first, Patterson called for leaving the base early, or we'd have a tied contest, 1-1 right now. Henry loses that pitch low in the dirt. 1-1 now is the count. Well, again, absolute beautiful day for softball here. This game scheduled for earlier in the week, but Mother Nature had different plans for that one. And same thing going for Wednesday's game that'll be played tomorrow here in Fulton against Mississippi Delta. This time of year, you got to get them in when you can. It's this one on, and it's going to get through for a base hit. Well, nice job there starting the inning off with a single, 3rd hit of the game. And now this will be Patterson coming to the plate. And so with no outs and a runner at first, Patterson will dig in here. Henry got that single out to left center. So Patterson, who singled in her first appearance, stands in, takes that first pitch on the outside corner for a strike. So 0-1 to count here. Indians with 3 hits in the game, 2 for the Eagles. And now the count goes 1-1 as that pitch goes high. So 1 ball, 1 strike, no outs. Hannah Henry, the second baseman over at first base. This is Patterson, a leadoff batter at the plate here. Runner goes. The throw is not in time, and that'll be a stolen base. I believe ICC had 4 or 5 stolen bases in the first game of the day. And so they're going to put a lot of pressure on you when they do get a runner on base. And now ICC with a tying run in scoring position here for Patterson. 2-1 is the count. So Patterson will dig in. Change up, off-speed pitch, and she was way ahead of that one. One of those that was just is served up, but just can't quite square it up that time. 2-2 now is the count. And I'll tell you, when a pitcher can throw a changeup for strikes, it is absolutely a beautiful pitch in the game of softball. 2-2 pitch coming. It drifts high for ball 3. 3-2 now is the count here to the center fielder, Patterson. So count full. Runner at second with no outs. We're in the bottom of the third inning. Game 2 here between ICC and Hinds. Patterson fouls this one back out of play, and we'll stay at 3-2. This third inning being brought to you by Max Homes. Remind you they're hiring for all positions. They're here in Fulton and Sulligent, Alabama. Join the best, train with the best, be the best. That's Max Home here in Fulton. And there's ball 4. Borderline pitch going the way of the Indians there. Patterson will trot down to first.
Lady Indians is the catcher, number 7, Tara.
And now this will bring up Hayes to the plate. Hayes doubled in her previous at bat. We were confused why Patterson did not score. She got called for leaving the base early, or we'd be tied at 1-1 right now. So Hayes would love to duplicate what she did in her previous at bat with that double with the speed of Henry and Patterson on the bags right now. Shows bunt, lays it down to first. There's only one play, and it's going to be in time. So that'll be a sacrifice bunt that advances the runners. Nice job there by Hayes.
DP, sweet.
As that put out 3-4 for those of you scoring at home. That sacrifice bunt being brought to you by the ICC BSU. For the Chris Burrows and the ICC Baptist Student Union, reminding you of the ultimate sacrifice paid for our sins. Follow the BSU on Twitter at ICC BSU. So now with runners at second and third, this is going to bring up Caroline Clark to the plate. Clark flew out to left in her first at bat of game 2. Well, they are shifting the center fielder slightly to left. Right fielder staying pretty firm down the right field line. Clark calls for time and gets it. So there is a pretty good gap out there in right field. This one, those will go to the gap in left center. This one will score 2. Clark's going to round it, and she will get a double, and the Indians take a 2-1 lead. Clutch it there for Clark.
Now batting for the Lady Indians in the cleanup slot. The left fielder.
So 2 RBIs. ICC leads this one now 2-1 here in the bottom of the third inning. Clutch hit there for Caroline Clark. And now with 1 out in the inning, this will bring up Albertson to the plate. She popped up to the second baseman to end the first inning. Indians do a good job of manufacturing that run, as it was a sacrifice bunt that moved the runners into scoring position, and then a clutch hit to the gap out there in left center by Clark on a double that pushed them across. 2-1 now. ICC with the lead here in the bottom of the third. Albertson takes that first pitch for a ball, and then pops this one up. Third baseman calling everyone off in foul territory will make the play.
Now batting
for out number 2.
The right fielder, number 30, Connor Stevens.
And now this will be Connor Stevens coming to the plate. She had a check swing that dribbled back to the pitcher for the first out of the second inning. So looking to redeem herself here. She did have 2 hits in the first game of the day. So with 2 outs in the inning, Stevens will dig in with a runner at second.
Go, Connor, beast mode here.
That pitch going to drill high for a ball. 1-0 is the count here to Connor Stevens. Talk about Connor, we always remind you, she is a 3rd-generation Indian. Her sisters played soccer here. Of course, her dad, quite the quarterback back in the day, and Andy Stevens, who coached football for many years. Is that pitch in there for a strike? 1-1 now is the count. Stevens playing in right field. The Indians lead at 2-1. 1-1 is the count with 2 outs and a runner at second. Stevens fouls this one back off the netting. 1-2 now. Goes the count here to the sophomore from Amory.
Confidence, you can do it, Connor. Head on the ball.
Go, Connor.
So 1-2 is the count here. Callaway looking for the exit. Indians trying to spark the bats with a 2-out rally here in the bottom of the 3rd. Change up, falls off the table a bit too soon. Evens up the count now at 2-2. Not a bad pitch to waste there. See if you couldn't get her to chase one. If she did make contact with it, nothing but a foul ball or a little slow roller down the right side. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. And same type pitch there. She's able to foul off to the right side. As first baseman Roberts greeted by the Barks anytime anyone comes near the dugout of ICC. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Runner at second. In the bottom of the 3rd, ICC with 2 runs off a double from Clark. As that pitch goes high, now the count goes full. Nice at bat going here for Stevens. She's fouled off a couple of pitches and able to battle back to force the count to go full. So waiting the 3-2 offering here from Callaway. And gets her looking at strike 3. Big time Renaissance Bank strikeout to get out of the inning with minimum damage done. ICC rallies with 2 runs in the bottom half of the inning after giving up 1 in the top half. They lead at 2-1. We'll take a break here. A few words from our sponsors and be back with more right after this here on the ICC Sports Network.
Who put this over the front door?
Bobby.
Oh, come on. It was just a joke.
Maybe so, Bobby, but you know what isn't a joke? Small business loans from Renaissance Bank. Renaissance offers a variety of loan programs, which you would already know. He spent less time pranking and more time banking.
You know, I could use a little cash to start my own small business.
I'd say you're liquid enough already.
Batman can fight crime, but only you can bring home the Batman calzone from Little Caesars with pizza and calzone crust. So you tell us, who's the real hero? Walk in and walk out with the Batman calzone and see the Batman in theaters March 4th.
Pizza, pizza. You hear it, bacon? That sizzle?
Dude, whatever food does that. Applauds itself
There's no
on the
other
way
food
out.
that claps for itself. Sonic bacon on bacon, quarter-pound double cheeseburger. I've never thought about this before.
Leading off.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we head to the top of the 4th inning. 2-1 ICC with the lead. It'll be the 4, 5, 6 batters. Seaford, Oslam, and Papazan scheduled up. A little fun tidbit on Stevens, as we were just talking about her being a 3rd-generation Indian and her dad being a standout quarterback back in his high school days. Brother Chris Burrows saying he believes that her granddad coached Archie Manning when he was in junior high in Drew. So if this was NBC, you'd see the More You Know star fly above us right now as that first pitch swung on and missed for a strike. And that one finds the corner for a strike as well. Hampton in the circle. She's got 7 strikeouts on the day. The 1 run is unearned for Hampton in this game so far. 0-2 pitch coming. Swung on and missed for strike 3. Renaissance Bank, the bank that understands you. Find out why by visiting RenaissanceBank.com. Or we also want to invite you to visit RewardsExtra.com to learn about Renaissance Bank's Rewards Extra checking account. Offer things like roadside assistance, cell phone insurance, over 400,000 discounts, along with all the great rates and service that Renaissance has to offer there. That's RewardsExtra.com. That pitch falls off the table a bit too soon. Good eye on the part of Oslam to hold off on that one and not swing at that pitch in the dirt. That one, fastball in there for a strike, evens things up at 1-1. Well, Hampton has been tough this season because she is able to, one, locate her pitches, but two, she just has so much ability to take off speed. She can zip one by you, and the next thing you know, you're just waiting for one to come to the plate, and it's still in there for a strike. That pitch, though, missing high on the rise ball. 2-1 now is the count. But, yeah, her money has been made with her variations of speed this season. It's waiting the 2-1 offering coming up here to Oslam, the third baseman. She grounded out to the pitcher in her first at bat. Check swing, it'll be a foul ball. And the count will leave it up at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 1 out. Nobody on here. As we're in the top of the 4th, game 2 here between ICC and Hinds. Indians pick up the win in the first game of the day, 5-2, after scoring 3 runs in the bottom of the 6th. There's that changeup, but a good job there by Oslam, waiting back on it. And we'll poke that one out to center field for the 3rd hit of the day, her first hit of the game.
The batter for Hinds is number 13, Papazan.
So Papazan, who singled also to center field, one of those that was just a few inches above the head of Hampton the last time she was at the plate. And so with 1 out and a runner on first, Papazan, the right fielder, will dig in. Maury talked about her defensive play today. She has looked solid out there in right field, has good speed to cover a lot of ground out there as that pitch finds the corner of the plate for a strike. 0-1 is the count here to Papazan. So K-Mac will get the call and address the rubber now. Waiting the 0-1 pitch, shows bunt. Snap throw down to first, not in time as Oslam was able to dive back without any issues. No tag applied. 1-1 now is the count. So 1 ball, 1 strike, and 1 out. That pitch on the outside, 2-1 now. The count here to Papazan. Roberts is on deck. Indians would love to find a Little Caesars double play and have Roberts start the top of the 5th. But if you're a Hinds fan, you want to see those bats get fired up here. They only trail 2-1. And the bunt attempt goes for a strike. 2-2 now is the count. There was 1 run in the top of the 3rd after a ground out to the shortstop that scored Clark, who reached on that error after striking out. That pitch missing. 3-2 now is the count. For ICC, it was a 2-run double by Clark, who scored Henry and Patterson. Henry singled, stole second. Patterson walked. Both advanced into scoring position, or more so into scoring position, on a perfect sacrifice bunt by Hayes. As there's a swing and a miss for strike 3.
Good job, good job.
Now batting for Hinds.
K number 9.
Number 12, Roberts.
And now this will bring up Roberts to the plate, who struck out swinging to end the 2nd. Runner at first, 2 outs. So the Indians trying to get around that one-out single. As that pitch fouled off, and they go for strike one here to the first baseman, Roberts. Davenport on deck for the Eagles. And this pitch popped up on the infield. Catcher's going to come up and make the play. Nice job there by Hayes, disregarding the mask, getting around the runner, and squeezing it for out number 3. We will head to the bottom of the fourth. ICC leads it 2-1. We'll take a break and hear a word from our sponsors and be back with more right after this.
At the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, we have been working continually through the crisis to meet the needs of our community. Our walk-in clinic is a service that we provide to our patients that want to avoid the wait and exposure of the emergency room. At the walk-in clinic, you can do just that. Walk in with no prior appointment or phone call. We provide specialized treatment for physical injuries like broken bones, sprained wrists and ankles, joint and tendon pain, and sports-related injuries. You can get in, out, and on the road to recovery quicker. The walk-in clinic is equipped on-site with x-ray imaging, casting technicians, durable medical equipment, and injection specialists. Our team is supported by the orthopedic surgeons of the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi. Our staff is specially trained in orthopedic-related injuries. We ensure that you will receive the best care for your orthopedic needs. Remember, at the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our story is you.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we head now to the bottom of the fourth inning for ICC.
Leading off,
It'll be Jenkins, I believe. Yes.
Number 24, Madison Jenkins.
So Madison Jenkins, Rain Rippey, and Katie Boatner scheduled up here in the bottom of the fourth inning. ICC leading it 2-1. Trying to see if they can extend that lead here in the home half of the fourth. This fourth inning being brought to you by the Bank of Okolona. John Herod and Company, a proud sponsor of today's game. There's another check swing, a slow roller to the first baseman, and we've seen a lot of those here in game two from both teams.
Now batting.
Unfortunately for ICC, that one stayed fair. And so a little routine ground out to the first baseman. To finish that thought, the Bank of Okolona, you can find out more about them by visiting bankofokolona.com. They're located at 227 West Main Street right there in Okolona.
Come on, Rain. Head on the ball. Let's go.
So this will be Rain Rippey, who walked and was left stranded at first back in the second. This is that first pitch, low for a ball. So 1-0 is the count here with one out. We've had quite the pitcher's duel here in game one, now in game two as well. ICC with 4 hits, 3 for the Eagles. That one rolls across. 2-0 now is the count. Quite different from the last time we saw ICC. The Indians put 14 runs on the board in a 14-11 win in game one over Northwest. 6 of those coming in the top of the 7th to rally to win that one, and they win game two. As there's a shot, second baseman can't find it. Through the wickets, and that will go for a double.
Good job, Rain.
That was just absolutely destroyed that time.
Shortstop, number 5.
So that will go for a double for Rippey. And now this will bring up Boatner. To finish that thought on the Northwest Series, ICC scored 9 runs in the top of the 7th in game 2 to pick up a 9-6 win over the Rangers. One of the most bizarre games I've seen. And ICC was able to battle and pick up the sweep there. They extend their win streak over the Rangers to 12 straight. So with one out and a runner at second, this is going to be Katie Boatner, who struck out swinging. Shows bunt. That pitch goes high.
Behind you.
And that'll be ball 1. So 1-0 is the count here to Boatner. Callaway still in the circle here for the Eagles. That pitch going to miss low for a ball. 2-0 now. The count here to Boatner, the shortstop. She did not bat in the first game of the day. She was in that flex position. Was the first, and well, there's 2 strikeouts, but was the first of 2 strikeouts for Callaway. As that pitch goes high, 3-0 now. The count here to Boatner. Well, you feel like the red light will be on here for Boatner with a 3-0 count. So waiting the 3-0 pitch here as you hear the ICC dugout trying to get behind the pitch here, and that's going to be ball 4.
The 9th slot in the order, second baseman.
So now this will be Hannah Henry, who got the scoring started back in the bottom of the third, where she started the inning off with a single, stole the base, and did come around to score on that double by Clark. So we have a quick meeting in the circle here between the pitchers. We're going to have a runner coming into this situation. Bishop will come in to run for Rippey. That's Taylor Bishop. And so now it'll be Henry coming to the plate, the second baseman. 1 for 1 on the day. As Callaway looking towards her dugout to get the signals. Runners on first and second here. That pitch missing low for a ball. Well, you hear the ICC dugout. They're counting the balls here. This is something they made famous by Texas A&M baseball. If you've never seen that before in person, I do encourage you to get on YouTube and watch that. That's one of the most intimidating atmospheres in college baseball. It's that pitch goes high for a ball. But yeah, if you've never been to Texas A&M baseball, it's a very small park, so the fans are on top of you, and you could imagine, that many fans chanting ball 4, ball 7, ball. I think the most I've heard it get up to is ball 11 before they're able to throw a strike in that situation as they have a meeting in the circle here. But yeah, go to YouTube, look that tradition up that Texas A&M does. They have a lot of unique traditions out at Texas A&M. As meeting in the circle broken up there. And if you're a fan of college sports and you ever want to go to a cool little college town to, catch a football game, baseball game, basketball game, A&M most definitely worth putting on your bucket list. So now 2-0 is the count after that brief meeting in the circle here for Henry at the plate. Runners at first and second, 1 out. Bottom of the 4th, game 2. That pitch goes high. So 3-0 now is the count here to Henry, who singled and scored a run in her previous at-bat. And that one will break up the chance there, as taking the whole way that time was Henry. 3-1 now is the count here to the sophomore second baseman. So waiting the 3-1 pitch here from Callaway. That one fouled back, and we'll go to a full count now at 3-2. Indians lead at 2-1. We're in the bottom of the 4th inning. ICC trying to complete the sweep here of Hinds. Avenge last year's sweep that Hinds picked up over the Indians. So waiting the 3-2 pitch here. This one fouled back, and we'll stay at 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and 1 out. You got a runner at first and second. Bishop is at second. Boatner at first. Bishop replacing Rippey on the bases, who doubled with 1 out in the inning. So Henry battling at the plate. 3-2 pitch coming. This one popped up. It'll get out of play, and we'll stay at 3-2. So a big part of the contest here. ICC a chance to separate themselves a little bit more here from the Eagles. The Eagles need to try to find a way out of this inning with no damage done to stay within 1 run. And instead there's ball 4, and now the Indians have bases loaded. But I know I sound like a broken record saying this,
Number 1, center fielder.
but ICC has somewhat struggled today with bases loaded. Left them loaded twice with nothing showing in game 1. They did score 1 run when they had it loaded at one point in time. But when you have bases loaded 3 times and only come away with 1 run, not your normal recipe for success. Callaway starts Patterson off with a strike right down the middle. McKenzie 1 for 1 on the day with a walk and a run scored. Patterson's one of those players, darned if you do, darned if you don't. If you come in anticipating the bunt, she can swing away because she can hit for power. As she pops this one up left side. And going to get down without any issues, so that'll be strike 2. But if you play back on her, she's got enough speed that she can lay down a bunt and beat you out for an infield single. So it's choose your own poison in that situation, but with bases loaded, you don't anticipate that bunt coming up here, especially with 2 strikes on her now. Pitch on the outside, not a bad spot to miss there. 1-2 now is the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Bases full of Indians here in the bottom of the 4th inning. ICC leads it 2-1, trying to add to that lead here in game 2. This one hit hard to the shortstop, and that will score the run.
Now batting, the catcher, number 7, Kara Hayes.
So 3-1 now on that E6 on the play, and that's what I was thinking too. I just want to try to get some confirmation. It's one of those hard hit balls, but one of those that probably should have had it right there. So bases stay loaded. ICC pushes across the run on the error. And this is Hayes at the plate. Hayes doubled in her first at bat. And then had a sacrifice bunt in her previous. And Hayes rips one. That's going to get down. This should score 2. Now it gets away from the center fielder. It's score 3 in this situation. Hayes is going to get a triple. And a bases clearing triple for Hayes. Well, we talked about the Indians struggle with bases loaded. Well, not the case here this inning. As ICC now leads this one 6-1. So 6-1 ICC now as they hang 4 on the board. Still 1 out, a runner at third. And this is Clark, who had a 2-run double in her previous at-bat. Listen to that pitch outside corner for a strike. That was the 6th hit of the game for the Indians. That pitch high. Good job by the catcher, Davenport, to climb the ladder and keep that one in front of her. If not, then the Indians put another run on the board more than likely. So 6-1 the lead right now. Clark at the plate, Hayes at third. This one out to right field. Right fielder will not be able to get to it. That will drop for another base hit and another run for the Indians.
Now batting in the cleanup slot, number 18, Haley
So
Alberson.
Indians bats have woke up here And now this will be Alberson coming to the plate. She's 0 for 2 on the day.
Go, Haley.
Alberson could put this one to bed with the swing of a bat here. Well, start to. We're only in the 4th. I was thinking we're in the 5th. We're only in the 4th. That pitch called a strike. 0-1 the count here. Big inning for the Indians. And that's kind of been the tail of the tape for ICC this season. Got to be careful because they can explode for a lot of runs in the blink of an eye, and they've done so here. 5 in a row, 7 unanswered. As that pitch high for a ball, 1-1 now is the count. (7-1) ICC with the lead. We're in the bottom of the 4th. Still 1 out in the inning. Alberson chases the high pitch, pops it up. Center fielder will drift over, camp underneath it, and make the out. So 2 outs now. And this will be Connor Stevens coming to the plate. She struck out looking to end the 3rd. Had a check swing that was a dribbler back to the pitcher, so looking to redeem herself here. Look for her first hit here in game 2. 2 outs, runner at first. ICC leads this one 7-1 here in game 2. That pitch missing low for a ball.
Let's go, Connor.
So 1-0 is the count here to Stevens. Indians struck for 5 already here in the bottom of the 4th. And Stevens, dribbler, shortstop, eats her up for a second, able to find it, but then throws it away. And so that one will get behind the netting, and that'll be another error on the Eagles this inning. Second error of the inning.
The first baseman, Madison
And now Jenkins, who started this inning as ICC bats around here. She grounded out on a check swing to the third baseman in her first at bat, so trying to redeem herself here as well. Runners in scoring position here for Jenkins. So Madison will dig in. Swings at the first pitch she sees, fouls it off towards the basketball courts for strike 1. So 0-1 is the count here to Jenkins. Oh for 2 on the day. She flew out to right in her first at bat. Pitch in the dirt. 1-1 now is the count. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. This one foul back, and 1-2 now will be the count. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Runners on second and third. The Indians have already scored 5 here in the top of the 4th. Jenkins trying to add to that total here, awaiting this 1-2 offering from Callaway. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Nice pitch on that outside corner by Callaway, but the Indians do some damage there. They put 5 runs on the board.
5 runs on 2 hits. 1 runner left on base, 2 Hinds errors.
And we'll take a break and be back with more right after this here on the ICC Sports Network.
Coach gave starting quarterback to someone else.
Say, kid, you know what I do when I'm really feeling down? I think about Renaissance Rewards Extra Checking. With mobile phone protection and 24/7 roadside assistance, it should be in your starting lineup. Just like my favorite quarterback. Now, come on, let's see that arm.
Who wants pie?
This is you, right? Like, you're like, bacon, bacon, bacon.
Well, this is you.
I love bacon.
Sonic bacon on bacon, quarter-pound double cheeseburger.
Okay, you got me.
I need a double stuffed Oreo blast, guys.
You got it.
Gonna need a double stuffed Oreo waffle cone, too.
Coming right up. Order up. Sonic double stuffed Oreo waffle cone and blast.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we head now to the top of the 5th inning. ICC with a 7-1 lead here. Hampton staying in the circle for the Indians. It'll be the 8-9-1 batters due up here.
8-9-1.
Davenport, Clark, and Towson, excuse me.
Catcher, Davenport. In left field for Itawamba, Bishop.
We do have some changes defensively. Bishop out in left field. So Hampton will get ready to deliver the first pitch here to Davenport. And it's a strike. So 0-1 is the count here to Davenport. She struck out swinging in her first at bat. So that pitch in the dirt, 1-1 now is the count. So 1 ball, 1 strike, no outs as Davenport starting us off here in the top of the 5th. That pitch high and outside. Good eye checking up on that one for Davenport. 2-1 now is the count. Davenport catching here in game 2. That pitch missing low and inside. Now 3-1 is the count. One of the few times today that Hampton has fell behind in the count. So first time she's kind of ran into a little bit of trouble here. Waiting the 3-1 offering here from Hampton. That one drifts high. That's going to be the first walk of the afternoon here for Hampton.
In the 9 slot is the left fielder, number 6, Clark.
And this will be Clark coming to the plate. She's playing in left field, batting in that 9 spot. Reached on an error and eventually came around to score a run. That was back in the 3rd inning, the only run of the game so far here for the Eagles of Hinds. So a runner at first with no outs. Hinds, first time that they've got the leadoff batter on here in the contest. That pitch going for a ball. So Hampton running into a little control issue here in the top part of the 5th. And that one drifts high for a ball. Indians going to send Emily Robinson to the bullpen to start getting loose just in case Coach Kirk want to come out and talk to his pitcher here, maybe calm her down for a second. Quick timeout. Let's take it with them and be back with more right after this.
Hey, Indian fans, I'm Ricky Murphy, real estate agent, Tommy Morgan Realtors, and I'm also a proud alumni of the All-American Marching Band. Itawamba Community College was my home for 2 years, and where you decide to make your home will be one of the most important decisions of your life. Whether you're looking to create a plan to buy your first home, or if you're ready today to make a move into your forever home, give me a call or send me a message so we can discuss your next move. And for my family, roll Trav!
And welcome back. As expected, no change made there as Hampton will stay in the circle. Coach Kirk just coming out wanting to kind of just get her to settle down a second as that pitch goes high. And Brother Chris made a good point between the innings or during that timeout. That was a long time to sit there for Hampton, who was really in a rhythm as she had struck out 9 coming into this inning. So, you know, when you're a rhythm style pitcher and you sit out that long, that pitch in there for a strike, sometimes that can mess you up. But you look up and see a 7-1 lead, you don't mind being thrown off a little bit right there as your team's able to put 5 runs on the board, 7 unanswered so far. That's going to be a foul ball, and a nice job to come back and force the count to go full here at 3-2 by Kamaya. So Davenport started the inning with a walk. Clark at the plate with a 3-2 count. There's a grounder, second baseman. Only one play, and it's to first, and it's in time. Kind of a haphazard throw there and just got her. She was thinking about trying to turn 2, but the speed of Davenport took that one away. So with 1 out now, Davenport at second. This is Tozen at the plate. She singled advanced to second on an error out in left field in her previous at-bat. ICC making their adjustments here defensively. That pitch missing low and outside for a ball. Right now, if you're Hampton, you just take a deep breath and don't worry about the runner behind you. Even if she does score, not meaning a whole lot in that situation as you lead 7-1. So you just want to go after the batter right here in front of you. Swing and a miss. 1-1 now is the count here on Tozen. So 1 ball, 1 strike, and 1 out. As that one missing 2-1 now, goes the count here to Townsend, the shortstop. So 2-1 is the count, 1 out, and a runner at second here in the top of the 5th. Slapper, shortstop finds it, throws it over, and they're going to try to zip it back to third. And no, just miss it there.
Now batting in the 2
So
slot.
now let's bring up Parker to the plate with 2 outs and a runner at third. As we said, unfortunately, the camera we normally use to kind of have more of a wider angle to be able to get the bases, well, it had a mind of its own this morning. It didn't want to do what it was asked to do, so I'll be working on that tonight. 0-2 is the count. And jams her for strike 1 on that foul ball. Parker is 0 for 2. She is struck out, grounded out. That ground out did score Clark back in the 3rd inning. 0-1 is the count here. Shows bunt. It's a fair ball, or they're going to say foul ball. As she was thrown out, so that was a break there for the Eagles, as that would have ended the inning there. 0-2 now is the count. No balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Runner at third here for the Eagles. Parker at the plate, Hampton in the circle. That pitch missing low, ball gets away. Runner will not try to advance. Not a bad spot to miss if you couldn't get her to chase one there. 1-2 now is the count here to Parker. Will be a great time for that 10th Renaissance Bank strikeout of the day here for Hampton. That pitch goes high for ball 2. 2-2 now is the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runner at third. We're in the top of the 5th inning. ICC leads this one 7-1. This one lifted. Center fielder's got a long way to run and will drop it. Was in and out of the glove there, and the run will score. That's going to go for an error, as that one hit her square in the glove that time and was almost, looks like she might have been checking up to make sure she wasn't going to run into the fence. And a tough break there for the Indians. But as we said, still plenty of runs to play with. They lead this one 7-2. Let's look at Everett that will be coming to the plate here for Lightcap. So getting the substitution in here in this situation for the Eagles. Nice pitch there to get the routine fly ball. That one carried a little bit longer. As I said, in and out of the glove of of Patterson out there in center field. So the home plate umpire getting everybody checked in here to the proper channels.
The pitch hitter for Hinds is 14, Everett.
And so this will be Everett coming to the plate for the first time today. She's batting 200 on the season. Takes that first pitch for a strike. Judging by her stats, this is only her 11th appearance. She's got 2 runs, 2 hits. And this one a slow roller, and it's going to be thrown over in time for the putout. 1-3 for those of you scoring at home.
There's 1 run.
So they do get 1 run on no hits, 1 error, and 1 left on base. We'll move to the bottom of the 5th inning, where to be the 7, 8, 9 batters scheduled up for the Indians. Let's take a break and hear from Renaissance Bank and be back with more right after this.
Playing on tour takes years of dedication, hours of practice, focused precision, and nerves of steel. That's how you become great at the game, but not how you should bank. That's why Allie Ewing chose Renaissance Bank. Their easy-to-use app makes banking a breeze, no matter where she is. Renaissance Bank, understanding you.
Bringing home the Batman calzone from Little Caesars might make you feel like Batman. But could you really be the Batman?
A little help here!
Never mind. But at least the new Batman calzone with a calzone crust will make you feel like you're a superhero. The Batman in theaters March 4th.
Pizza, pizza.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We have a call to the bullpen here as Lawrence will re-enter the pitch here in Game 2. I say re-enter. She pitched Game 1, comes in and pitches here in Game 2. This call to the bullpen being brought to you by Tommy Morgan Real Estate Agent Ricky Murphy. ICC fans, when you're ready to make the move, either buy or sell your current home, sell your current home, buy your next dream home, give Tommy Morgan Real Estate Agent Ricky Murphy a call at 662-321-9824. That's 662-321-9824. Rain Rippey will start us off here. She doubled her runner. Bishop scored, hits a hard one right back to Lawrence. The throw over is in time. 1-3 to retire Rippey.
Slot for the Lady Indians is the shortstop, number 5.
So 1 pitch, 1 out. Nicely done there by Lawrence. And now this will be Katie Boatner, the shortstop, who is 0 for 1 today with a walk and a run scored. She did strike out in her first at bat to end the second. Lawrence was tough in the first game of the day as that pitch across for a strike. Just ran into a little bit of trouble where ICC scored 3 in the bottom of the 6th to pick up that 5-2 win in the first game. ICC scored 7, yep. 2 in the third, 5 in the fourth. That pitch in there for a strike to Boatner. And Lawrence quickly heading the count now, 0-2. It was 7 unanswered until they were able to score that 1 in the top part of the 5th. And there's strike 3. 3 pitches is all she needed there. Got Boatner looking at that one. That is her first Renaissance Bank strikeout here in Game 2. Third of the game for the Indians. Renaissance Bank, the bank that understands you. Visit RenaissanceBank.com to find out why. And now here comes Hannah Henry. 1 for 1 on the day with a walk and 2 runs scored and a stolen base. 1-0 is the count here. That pitch missing low. This one's going to be hit. Left side foul. 1-1 now is the count. Again, remind you to join us right back here on the Red Channel tomorrow as ICC and Mississippi Delta will square off in softball action. That First American National Bank opening pitch will come your way at 2 o'clock. So 1-1 is the count here to Henry. She's going to send that one out to left field, and it will be an outstanding catch out there in left field to end the inning. Again,
Lady Indians, no runs.
Hinds have made some outstanding defensive plays today, and we've played 5. ICC leads it 7-2. We'll take a break and be back with more right after this here on the ICC Sports Network.
Your knee is a complex joint with many components, making it vulnerable to a variety of injuries. Some of the most common knee injuries include fractures, dislocations, sprains, and ligament tears. Many knee injuries can successfully be treated with simple measures such as bracing, rehabilitation, and exercise. The other injuries may require surgery to correct. At our injury clinic, we commonly see meniscal tears that occur during sports. Tears in the meniscus can occur when twisting, cutting, pivoting, or being tackled. Meniscal tears may also occur as a result of arthritis or aging. Just an awkward twist when getting up from a chair may be enough to cause a tear if the meniscus has weakened with age. The most common symptoms of meniscus tears are pain, stiffness, swelling, catching or locking of your knee, the sensation of your knee giving way, and if you are not able to move your knee through its full range of motion. The RICE protocol is effective for most sports-related injuries. RICE stands for Rest, Ice, Compression, and Elevation. Remember that at the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our story is you.
Hey Indian fans, I'm Ricky Murphy, real estate agent, Tommy Morgan Realtors, and I'm also a proud alumni of the All-American Marching Band. Itawamba Community College was my home for 2 years, and where you decide to make your home will be one of the most important decisions of your life. Whether you're looking to create a plan to buy your first home, or if you're ready today to make a move into your forever home, give me a call or send me a message so we can discuss your next move. And for my family, roll Trav!
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We do have a call to the bullpen being brought to you by Tommy Morgan, real estate agent. Ricky Murphy as Emily Robinson will come in to pitch here for the Indians. New batter here for Hinds is going to be number 23, and that is going to be Lawrence, the new pitcher in the game, as she takes that first pitch for a strike. Another change in the defensive lineup. Clark now out in left field for the Indians. And that pitch in there for a strike. 0-2 now is the count here to Lawrence. Sun continuing to set here. Hopefully we'll be able to get out of here in the next 2 innings before it gets too much in the line of sight for the camera. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Nice little change of pace there.
Lawrence with the at-bat. Now batting for Hinds,
as that's going to be the first Renaissance Bank strikeout of the game here for Imrob. 10th of the game combined for ICC. And now Oslam, who is 1 for 2 on the day with a single, will dig in with 1 out and nobody on. Swing and a miss for strike 1. So Imrob in the circle here, coming in relief of Kamaya Hampton. So that pitch goes high for a ball. 1-1 is the count. Just looking over the day for Kamaya. She has given up 2 runs. 1 of those earned on 3 hits with 9 strikeouts and 1 walk. Swing and a miss there. 1-2 now is the count. Actually, scratch that. Neither one of those. Nope. That's right. Only 1 of those was earned. Swing and a miss for strike 3.
now batting for
So
Hinds,
2
the right fielder,
Renaissance Bank
13,
strikeouts.
Papazon.
And Papazon now will come to the plate. No, neither one of those runs were earned because one of them scored on an error. the last one scored on an error, so neither one of those runs given up was earned today as that pitch across for a strike. I knew that didn't sound right. Had to go back over my numbers there. Swing and a miss, strike two. 0-2 now is the count for Papazon. And M-Rob trying to come in and make quick work here of the top of the 6th inning. Papazon, 1 for 2 on the day with a strikeout. And make it another one. 3 up, 3 down, all via the Renaissance Bank strikeouts there. We'll take a break, and let's hear from Renaissance Bank and be back with more right after this here on the ICC Sports Network.
Life's a sport that's full of laughter, the perfect plays, the near disasters. Some days it's tough to know which way to run. So when the game gets out of hand, you need a pal who's got a plan, a friend to help you win while having fun. He knows the score, passing the ball or passing the test. He knows the scoop, how to succeed and how to invest. Always remember, Herbstreit knows best.
Hey, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We do want to remind you to visit rewardsextra.com. That's rewardsextra.com to learn more about Renaissance Bank's Rewards Extra checking account. Offer things like roadside assistance, cell phone insurance, over 400,000 discounts, along with all the great rates and outstanding service that Renaissance has to offer. That's rewardsextra.com. Top of the lineup, due up here for the Indians, Patterson, Hayes, and Clark. Indians lead this one 7-2 here in game 2. That pitch from Lawrence in there for a strike. Indians trying to complete the sweep here of Hinds with a game 2 win. They won the first game of the day 5-2. Oh, nice changeup, and Patterson just couldn't quite find it that time. Fouls it back for a strike. 0-2 now is the count here. So no balls, 2 strikes, no outs as Patterson starting us off here in the bottom of the 6th inning. That pitch outside corner, just couldn't find it enough. 1-2 now is the count. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, no outs. Patterson at the plate, Lawrence in the circle. Swinging and a miss for strike 3.
Now batting.
Second strikeout of the game here for Lawrence. She got a 3 up, 3 down inning after a great diving catch out there in left field by Clark. Got her chasing a high fastball there, and now this will be Hayes coming to the plate. Hayes with a double and a triple. She scored a run and has driven in 3. That pitch missing outside for a ball. So 1-0 is the count here to Hayes, the catcher. And she's caught game 1 and game 2. There's one right back to the pitcher. Great job by Lawrence, as that one was blistered there. She got her glove on it
for the Lady Indians,
and didn't panic. That's the key thing there. When you get one hit that hard at you, a lot of times your adrenaline's pumping and you tend to overthrow it, but she knew she had a second to kind of gather herself. Underhand tossed it for the 1-3 putout for out number 2. And now this will be Clark at the plate, who is 2 for 3 on the day. She's got 3 RBIs, a double and a single. First pitch missing for a ball. Lawrence has been tough for the Indians to figure out today. They eventually got the answer to that riddle late in game 1, but she's back in here and keep the Indians' bats quiet. Clark looks at that one outside corner, and that's where Lawrence made her living in game 1. Finds it here in game 2. That one for a strike. That changeup left her hand a little bit too soon, just high for a ball. 2-1 now is the count. 2 balls, 1 strike, and 2 outs. That is the situation here in the bottom of the 6th inning. ICC leading 7-2. There's a dribbler. First baseman finds it. Will jog over, step on the bag, and back-to-back 3 up, 3 down innings behind Lawrence as ICC can't get anything going. Indians 3 outs away from wrapping this one up and completing the sweep of Hinds. We'll take a break and be back with more right after this here on the ICC Sports Network.
Ever since we opened our doors in 1964, Davis Ford in Fulton has been committed to providing the highest level of customer service and customer satisfaction. That level of commitment is shown in our 18 Ford President's Awards for overall customer experience. Whether you're looking for a tune-up, a trade-in, or a new F-150, the team at Davis Ford is here to serve you. Come see us today in Fulton. Call us at 662-862-3711 or visit us online at davisfordsales.com. Davis Ford, small town dealership, small town prices.
Try it first.
And welcome back as we head now to the top of the 7th inning. ICC 3 outs away.
7, 8, and 9 in the order for Hinds. Leading off is the first baseman, number 12, Robert.
Rob has struck out her last 5 of 6 batters if you go all the way back to game 1. Brother Chris coming in with that Sonic stat for us. And she'll be greeted by the 7, 8, 9 batters here. Roberts, Davenport, and Clark scheduled up here. First pitch fouled back, out of play for strike 1. Again, remind you to come back and join us tomorrow here on the ICC Sports Network. 2 o'clock, First American National Bank opening pitch between ICC and Mississippi Delta. That pitch in there for a strike. 0-2 now is the count here to Roberts. She is 0 for 2 on the day. She popped up in the infield, and Hayes was able to squeeze that one to end the 4th. She also struck out swinging to end the 2nd. So 0-2. Swung on and missed for strike 3. 4 straight strikeouts now.
Number 15, Davenport.
That is the 13th total strikeout of the game for the ICC pitching staff. And now this will be Davenport coming to the plate. And she swings. Nice little change of pace there for Rob. Strike 1 on the swing. Davenport 0 for 1 with the walk. She did score a run. And she also struck out to start the 3rd. That pitch finds the zone for a strike. 0-2 now is the count. Remind you to stay tuned. We'll have the Renaissance Bank post-game show coming your way at the conclusion of this one. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Got her chasing one way out of the zone
now
there.
batting for Hinds, the left fielder, number
And that
6,
is,
Clark.
in this game, 7 straight strikeouts for Rob here. And now Clark will come up, and the last chance here to try to extend this contest, and she's got to start it with 2 outs. Fouls that first pitch off for strike 1. So 0-1 is the count here to Clark, the left fielder who made a great diving catch. I'll tell you what, Hinds has been solid today defensively. So that pitch missing for a ball. It might have been the first ball that she's thrown to these last 5 batters. If not, it's 1 of 2. I'll just say that. She has not missed the zone very much here. 1-1 now is the count. 2 outs and nobody on. There's a liner and it's snagged, and ICC will complete the sweep with a 7-2 win here in Game 2 over Hinds. We'll take a break and come back with the Renaissance Bank postgame report. Back with more right after this here on the ICC Sports Network.
Playing on tour takes years of dedication, hours of practice, focused precision, and nerves of steel. That's how you become great at the game, but not how you should bank. That's why Allie Ewing chose Renaissance Bank. Their easy-to-use app makes banking a breeze, no matter where she is. Renaissance Bank, understanding you.
2 o'clock start.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Your final score here from Fulton, 7-2. ICC gets the sweep with a 5-2, 7-2 win here over Hinds. This is the Renaissance Bank postgame report. Visit rewardsextra.com to learn more about Renaissance Bank's Rewards Extra checking accounts. Offers things like roadside assistance, cell phone insurance, over 400,000 discounts, along with the great rates and all the outstanding service that Renaissance has to offer. rewardsextra.com. Well, the Indians get it done again. Late innings, and ICC finds a way to pour on the runs. They score 7 unanswered. Hinds did get 1 more there in the top of the 5th, but ICC again find a way to produce runs late in the game. Finally came through with a big hit off the bat of Hayes, a bases clearing triple for Hayes that highlighted that 5-run inning for the Indians in the bottom of the 4th. That game recap brought to you by the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi. They are your preferred choice for orthopedic care. Stop by and see them at 499 Gloucester Creek Village, or give them a call at 662-205-5282. That's 662-205-5282. Time to look at some Sonic stats here on the contest. As we want to remind you, it's always happy hour thanks to the Sonic app. You can download that. Melissa Dunn and all the fine folks out there at the Sonic here in Fulton, proud to sponsor today's action. Let's start with Hinds. They fall to 8-13 on the year. They are 1-5 in conference play. Tozan had 1 hit. Oslam had 1 hit, and Papazan had 1 hit. Other than that, wasn't much going for them in Game 2 as they struck out 14 times here in Game 2. For ICC, Patterson was 1 for 3 with a single and a walk. Hayes was 2 for 3 with a double, a triple, 3 RBIs, and a run scored. Patterson also had 2 runs scored there as well. Clark was 2 for 4 with a double and a single, 3 RBIs in the game there. And then it was Rippey with a double and Henry with a single as well. Final line on the day, 2 runs, 3 hits, 3 errors for Hinds. ICC, 7 runs, 7 hits, 2 errors. It was Hampton improving to 8-1 overall. Was not a save situation there for Imrob, as Callaway, the pitcher of record for Hinds, she falls to 4-5 overall. Well, our Samstown Market star of the game, that's going to have to go to Kamaya Hampton. 9 strikeouts, only 1 walk, surrendered 3 hits. And then a great job by Imrob coming in to close the door on that. But for the end of it all, Hampton got it started, kept the bats quiet here in Game 2. She is our Samstown Market star of the game. Sam Ferris and the rest of the crew at Samstown Market, they serve some of the best meat and produce around the area, along with a wide variety of specialty items. Stop by and visit Samstown Market, located right there in the heart of Manatee. Hit them up on Facebook, Samstown Market. Let them know you appreciate them sponsoring today's game. So for Lee Adams, Z Taylor comes in and sees us at the end of the day. I'm Adam Gore saying so long from Fulton as ICC completes the sweep of Hinds to move to 18-2 overall, 4-2 inside conference play. ICC wins Game 1, 5-2. Follows that up with a 7-2 win here in Game 2. We'll be back tomorrow, right back here on the Red Channel with the First American National Bank opening pitch against Mississippi Delta coming your way at 2 o'clock. So long from Fulton. Have a blessed evening, and as always, Roll Tribe.
Why settle for a checking account that just holds your money? Renaissance Rewards Extra gives you so much more. Like savings at more than 400,000 retailers, 24/7 roadside assistance, a cell phone protection plan worth up to $400, $25 in ATM fee refunds per monthly cycle, and a great interest rate when you meet 3 easy qualifications. Get extra today at rewardsextra.com. Renaissance Bank, understanding you. Member FDIC.